From Studio A at 1 Biloxi Square in Lake Worth, Texas.
Yeah.
Welcome in, everyone, to a Friday edition of the Grandpa-N-Pappy Show as we wrap up the week together and usher in the weekend.
Welcome aboard.
Yeah, I tell you, how's things going? Everything good?
Busy.
Before we get started, got notification this morning. My brother, older brother, Archie, has been diagnosed with COVID and is in Baylor Hospital in Dallas, Texas, receiving treatment. So, bro.
Much prayer and good juju, Bubba.
Absolutely. We'll be thinking of you and stay in touch with me.
Oh, boy, it's tougher than boot leather. He'll probably make it through okay.
Yep. I know for a fact
he is nothing
that.
but good thoughts and prayers going out to you and your loved ones there.
Absolutely.
And you too, my brother.
Mm-hmm. And we hope all of you veterans had a great day, had some good comments on our Wednesday show that we paid homage to all the veterans out there. And we appreciate you so much.
Yes, we
appreciate your service more than you'll ever know. And speaking of that, I was made aware by our friend Mike Lipka that yesterday, or on Veterans Day, he went to HEB over there by Weatherford, and they were giving out military appreciation kits.
Really?
To all the veterans that came in, and he was telling us that every associate in that store came up to you and thanked you for being in the military and thanked them for their service.
How awesome is that?
Not a lot of stores do that, so cool. HEB, hats off to you.
Kudos,
Great job.
Oh, no, on a lighter note, Auntie Lou, who you guys know very well, said if you buy $30 worth of groceries, you can get a 30-pound turkey for 17 cents a pound at your local HEB. Salute.
There you go.
Yeah.
So if you haven't made plans for Thanksgiving, that'd be a good one.
Get you a big bird.
Yeah.
I
like that. So
that's anyway, the Hodge twins. I love it. Can't wait to get them guys
sorry,
on
we ripped that off from you, but it's really good because we really like it.
That's right.
Anyway, we've got an interesting topic today. Why have people lost so much respect for one another?
The world is a ghetto.
The world is a ghetto. And we had some really good
a lot of response on that.
Response from you guys, as usual. And some of those opinions were very poignant.
Yeah.
That's a
good word,
poignant. Or funny.
Yeah.
But most of them were down right to the point.
Yeah. As they usually are with our folks, you know. They're very insightful when it comes to stuff that involves common sense.
That is correct. Well, let's jump right into it, Pappy.
All right.
Billy Bryan said, it's due to social media. Before you always had to wonder if your neighbor was an a-hole, but social media answers those questions for you.
You know, that's funny. He says, back in the day when
Billy,
when Jordan, my middle son, was just a shoebox baby, we lived next door to some people for like 9 or 10 years. Never even shook hands across the fence or anything. Finally, one day I went over the fence and introduced myself, and he goes, I don't socialize with my neighbors. And I thought, okay.
All right. Well, I hope your children are born naked,
That's
too.
Right. And fuzzy-headed. Mary Anson says it's because parents have forgot to teach their children respect.
Bingo
is right. I put the blame squarely on them. Perhaps our kids mimic what they hear their parents say or do, so you need to watch out how you treat people because the kids will be watching.
That's a very good, astute point.
You know, and in addition, the influence of their friends and they're raised as well, you know. So,
well, that's
like
true,
in
too.
school.
Very good point. Very good point.
That's why I'm so crazy. My daddy never acted the way I do. Yeah, Mom, different story, but anyway, I'll leave that there.
Yeah, Justin Sisk said it's because a lot of people don't have manners and just plain don't have respect for each other.
Yep.
Some people believe that they are better than others, plus people don't help each other as often.
Ain't it so?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It is.
Jason Alvarez says it all starts at home. If parents do not hold their kids accountable for their actions, the kids will never learn respect. That's just a fact. They should be taught to respect teachers, elders, policemen, service personnel, the military, their country, and their fellow man. And I'll even throw in not to mention their spouse.
Yes.
Kids don't just inherit that trait, it is taught to them by their parents. That is well said, Jason.
Very well said. Barton Taylor said, not all of us have lost it. And Jerry Blum said, you give respect, you get respect.
Bingo.
It's as simple as that.
Well said, big guy.
Big deal.
Brad Ashley.
He don't say a lot, but when he does, you listen, you know.
Hey, old country boy, he'll tell it like it is. Brad Ashley told us he loses respect for people that are stupid and vote for Biden just because they don't like Trump. Risking our country because you got butt hurt, that's why I lose respect for people.
Well,
Brad's a good guy.
yeah, he is.
So don't make him mad.
Don't make him mad. Jimmy Simmons said maybe growing up in the country helped him.
Yeah.
My parents and anyone around who heard me disrespect someone would correct me in a heartbeat, often resulting in my getting my ass tore up.
Schmack.
Yep. Sometimes I resented it, but looking back on it now, it sure made a better person out of me. Respect is taught, not inherited.
Now, that last line is hitting the nail on the head right there.
Yeah.
Well said, Jimmy. Big Matt Bannister said, now, this is a very complex question.
Now, he's getting into it.
Oh, yeah. Matt's a very deep thinker.
He is that.
This is inherent issues with the concept of give respect, get respect. That is, everyone is waiting to get respect before they give it. Then no one will ever get it. This is a concept spread like wildfire. I always try to give respect until you give me a reason not to respect you. Then you have to earn it back. Social media is a huge player in this because weak people hide behind it, say what they think, and never do anything to back it up.
There you go.
As far as I'm concerned, anyone that has an issue with me, feel free to talk to me. Everyone knows I'll be at B's once or twice a week. We can work things out. I'm a fair and honest guy. You know what he is. He is. He's intimidating, you know.
Because he's so big.
With him, yeah, that and those eyes, you know. But he'll sit there. He don't get excited about much. But not sure I'd want to be in front of him if he did.
Yeah, me neither. Chad Cooper said it's because of TV, movies, and video games.
Yeah.
It's a lack of God in our lives, mine included.
Absolutely. And Dina Lucero says it's because Dr. Spock's book on not whipping your kid's ass. Those kids didn't respect their parents and won't respect anybody else. You know, that's true.
That's about the truth.
That's true, Dina. If you can't respect your own mom and dad, you damn sure not going to show it for anybody else.
Ain't it so?
Yes, sir.
Bob Baker said that the lack of respect is in the music, video games, TV shows, movies, social media, and so on.
Yeah.
And Christina Hoffman agreed with him, saying, "Amen. People just don't care anymore."
You know, I mean, there are those out there that could give a toot and a damn, but I think the majority of people care. They just don't step up and do anything about it. You know.
I agree.
Marcia Ray said it's concerning to her. Every day I see people disrespect each other in some ways. I'm 45 years old, and I was taught to be respectful from very expecting parents. I'm sorry. There were penalties to pay for it if you didn't mind your manners.
Bingo.
Yeah. Now, why is there such road rage out there these days? Why do people shoot each other the finger for no reason? Why do they use vulgar language when other people may hear it and be offended? Mm-hmm. It's a shame we've gotten to this point.
Yeah, you know, I got my butt whipped so many times when I was growing up. I had a half-inch callus on my ass. That and riding horses.
That's why I don't have one anymore.
That and riding horses growing up, you know, my butt was really tough, so it didn't hurt me that much getting paddled at school, but boy, coming home, you had to answer for it.
I could never have enough calluses to where I didn't feel what Dad laid on my butt.
Our buddy Frank Edgar over in Irving had a good point. He almost wrote a novel, too. Frank asked, so Marcia, he was talking about Marcia Reyes, who you just read, who have you lost respect for and why? Who has lost respect for you and why. Personally, I haven't lost respect for people. I have, however, lost respect a little at a time for leftist Democrats. How can I respect a party that endorses abortion?
Yep.
How can I respect people who have no respect for my opinions and beliefs? How can I respect an incoming president who claims he wants reconciliation when his party has done its best to destroy President Trump?
Yep.
It goes on and on and on from there. Have I lost respect for people with whom I was friends with for 50 years or 50 days ago? Nope. We can discuss politics and respect each other's opinions even though we are worlds apart.
Oh, Frank, a good old boy, isn't he?
Frank is a good man, and he's a very smart man.
Yeah, he is.
And he's a licensed minister too.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. Yeah, I had the pleasure of working with him at Commercial Metals on a project.
Yeah.
Got to know Frank really well and traveled with him doing seminars to all the commercial metals plants. And he really is a very smart, very intelligent,
and very wise man.
Yes.
I enjoy reading all your posts, Frank. Thanks for sending that in.
Absolutely.
Shoshana Henderson said it seems like everyone thinks they are so entitled and that the world actually revolves around them. I know a few people like that.
Yes, I started to say the same thing, Pappy. Darla Walker told us it is because too many have put God in a box and put it on a shelf. They are stressed as hell, and that triggers it. They don't even think about God or His Word.
That's true. That's true. And here's another fella Flatlander or Eric Turner. He'll tell it like it is. He said it's because they're keyboard cowboys.
Keyboard cowboys.
No fear of getting your ass whipped for running your mouth. Marshall Thompson agreed by saying, "You're right. Used to be that you'd get your ass whipped for being smart mouth and disrespectful, whether it was by your parents or someone you smarted off to." There's still a lot of people out there like that.
Yeah, there still are.
Hence the crooked nose.
Sandy Bennett Armistead said kids aren't taught this anymore. It is a subject I talked with my 16-year-old boy about. She talked to him about it just last night regarding his teachers.
Yeah.
I reiterated that he will show them respect regardless, because if I find out he didn't, his ass is mine.
That sounds
How
like
many times have your dad told you that?
not as many times as Mom did. Dad just told me about once. And I found out he was not joking.
Yeah, it only took one time.
Ooh-wee. Marla Purley says it's social media and the fact that people can't correct their kids. If you do, someone calls CPS or the police, and they're afraid of losing their kids. I was always taught that respect was earned and not just handed out. I respect people until they give me a reason not to. And that's pretty much where I stand on that, too. You know.
Next, Donna Briggs Moss, who grew up in Emory with me. I can tell you before I read her opinion that growing up in a small country town, everybody knows everybody.
Oh, yeah.
And if you were out of line at any time, even if your parents weren't around, they the neighbors and people living there had carte blanche to tear you up.
That's right. That's the way it was in Lubbock growing up,
and
too.
then, by the time you got home, Mom and Dad knew about it, and you got your butt tore up again.
Mom and Dad usually knew what I was up to before I did it. I don't know how in the hell they do that, but
they just got those eyes behind their their head.
Damn big mouth neighbors is what it was.
That and big ears, yeah. Well, Donna Briggs Moss said, as a kid, if I did something offensive in front of any adult, I knew my behind would get torn up. Yeah. There was accountability, no matter where you were or who you were with, to hold you accountable. Yeah. Not so anymore. The attitude is, I'll tell my parents, and they will fix you.
Oh,
yeah, how many times you heard that?
Yeah.
The parents then run to defend them instead of correcting their children. Because the parents are away working just to provide for the kids don't get their behinds tore up anymore.
Yeah.
Let's just put them in the corner type of correction is what they get.
Time out.
Time out. We all know as children, You only have to touch that hot stove once before you realize you don't want to do it again.
Ain't it so?
Same when I was a kid. One disrespectful word or act, and after my behind was tanned, I learned real quick not to do it again. We are failing our children by not holding them responsible for their actions.
Absolutely. That's
That
very,
is
very well said, Donna.
Wow. That's about the way it was, too, Donna.
And I hadn't heard that term, I'm going to tan your behind, in a long time.
Ooh, boy, my grandmother used it all the time.
It's kind of like I'm fixing to beat your ass.
Prepare yourself, because
That's
I'm
right.
fixing to tan your ass.
Get ready for war. Paul Garrison says, when you approve of burning, looting, and murder in writing by voting for Democrats because it bothers you that Trump is mean and says mean things, then you do not deserve respect.
Boy, politics is still on people's minds.
Yeah.
Oh, incidentally, they still haven't certified the election, so it's still going on, and a president has not been named. A new president. We still have a president.
I read on Facebook, which you all out there know how much I love Facebook, that that they're still projecting Biden to come out on top, and he's done nothing wrong to invoke an investigation or anything else, because everything was above board and done by the book.
I got some oceanfront property in Arizona too for sale. Yeah. Well, we won't get into that today.
not this show.
Let's see here. David Watson said, "When you lie, cheat, and steal, no one will respect you.
Yep.
The friends I trust have integrity. They have never lied to me, and I know their heart and good moral character. I have a friend who is liberal, and I trust him because I have seen him in action."
Now, that's the kind of liberal people I don't mind being around, that will let you voice your opinion equal to theirs, and you shake hands and respect it.
That is a great point, because, and I say that's a great point. We've talked, you and me, we've talked several times about, just because you're not a Democrat doesn't mean that you don't respect the people being a Democrat.
Or nor does it mean you're right, wrong, or indifferent.
Yeah, but at the same time, they need to respect your opinions as you respect their opinions.
And
and
you're
that's
right
the beauty
to have
about
the
living in
freedom.
America, So.
The one thing about that is the people are voting to get rid of that right to vote. That just don't make sense. But anyway, moving along. Our buddy Crawdaddy Crawford Young says it's all about the money grab these days. Then if they get it, they don't know how to handle it, because they have no respect for anything, not even themselves.
Boy, Crawford's getting awful deep here lately.
He
Way to
is.
go, Crawdaddy.
Yeah.
And finally, on this topic, Janie Simpson said, "I put a lot of blame on the media.
Yep.
Your kids can watch the news at any time of the day, and all they are showing is video of young people destroying other people's properties with no respect for anyone."
Yep.
Boy, that is some great example, huh?
Now you want your kids to grow up,
That's
isn't
it. And then they see adults who act so childish getting mad at one another, using language their mom used to wash their mouths out for, and fighting amongst themselves. Here again, is that a great example for our kids to learn from? I should think not.
Well said, Janie. Apparently, Janie's and I have something we can relate about. Open your mouth and...
Do you know her?
No.
Oh, okay, I thought you may. You know everybody else in Texas, it seems like.
But I bet she has had a bar of soap stuck in her mouth.
Have you ever had that done?
Yes.
Yes, me too.
One time.
One time for me too.
I was sicker than a dog, man.
Woo, my grandmother did that, and I said, no more.
It was homemade lye soap that my grandmother made.
Yeah.
Hideous tasting crap you'd ever want to have in your mouth. That was worse. That left a worse taste in my mouth than what I said. So we appreciate all y'all's insight, and
yeah,
y'all are
y'all are just amazing.
You guys, y'all
you
rock.
really
I
are
just can't
amazing.
say it enough. Y'all rock.
Yeah. So thank you for that.
Yeah.
And now we have a little introspect from you on why.
And this is something that's been going on for a while.
Mm-hmm. And I want to thank Marcia Reyes for suggesting that topic on our Facebook page.
Yeah.
And we'll tell you how you can make a suggestion also.
That's right.
That we'll make a program out of based on your comments. So
that's right.
Then we ask a question. Let's change gears a little bit. We ask a question about what is your thoughts about Hollywood and the media dictating our country?
Yeah.
Now stop and think about that.
That's been going on a while. I mean,
and I heard, was it yesterday or day before, after we did our show, I was doing some research, and some of the conservative actors out in Hollywood are saying that they are being threatened about being put on a blacklist because they're conservative.
In Hollywood?
In Hollywood.
I didn't know they had conservatives out there.
Oh, yeah.
I thought Sean Robert Allgood was the only one in the state of California that made any sense about stuff like this.
Yeah, you know? Big Sean, I hope you're doing well.
Hope your birthday was a good one, buddy. I saw you sitting behind that big old piece of pumpkin pie with all that whipped cream on there. I bet you got your granny to make that for you.
Oh, boy.
It didn't even bother to send us a piece. Old dog, you.
What can I say? What can I say?
I bet it was good.
Well, let's see what you guys had to say on the subject. Mary Adams Childers started things off by saying, yeah, it is a shame. They're all idiots. Ain't that the truth?
Bluntly put, yeah.
I'm still waiting for Whoopi Goldberg to move out of the country. I really am. She said that last time when Trump got elected.
Well,
she said it again this time. I'm still waiting for all them Hollywood types to
her
leave.
And a whole lot of them. Our buddy Crawdaddy Crawford Young again said it kind of falls in line with what I stated a few months ago about the mainstream media and the world is going to hell in a handbasket. Short and sweet, well said, Crawdaddy.
Right to the point, too. Yep. Shirley Mills said it is ridiculous. You know, I remember years ago when there was a big convention where you would hear the great state of whatever cast its vote for Trump or whoever was running at the time.
I remember that. Yeah.
Then the public knew who the new president was going to be.
Mr. Chairman, the great state of Texas.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Oh, yeah.
I remember those. Yeah. I was thinking about that
Well,
the
they
other
didn't
day.
have a chance to do that this year. All the conventions were kind of canceled.
Oh, yeah.
And they had to do it by computer.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We all know how that's working out. Brandon Barr told Chris that unfortunately most people are weak, brainwashed tools that think they need that garbage.
Yeah, Judge Chris Wood said they would have no power without the public.
Ain't it so? Well said, Jay. Lisa Ann Harbor said, One America News is great, and so is Newsmax. I'm loving them both. Another good outlet is OAN News.
That's exactly right. And Brandon Barr wound it up saying, they and their opinions mean nothing to me. I no longer watch TV or pro sports, which means I'm taking better care of myself.
You left out a line, amigo.
I did. Since we don't have one of those you know, I thought I better not say that. But
Brandon, we know how you feel, and I agree with you wholeheartedly about that dictation thing.
Yeah, it's
well said, buddy.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, anyway, I mean, you talk about the news media and stuff like that. It is just really a shame that other than Newsmax and One America News, you cannot get a honest report.
That's blasphemy.
And the network that I used to listen to all the time, Fox, has started leaning so far left. Yep. And they're losing viewers right and left, especially since they called Arizona for Biden with only 40% of the votes in, and Trump was leading at the time.
Till about 3 a.m.
Yeah, till about 3 a.m., and mysteriously 600,000 votes come in, not a single one for Trump.
Yep.
Ain't it funny?
Not really. It's not to Donald anyway.
That's true. Well, let's take a look at some of the viewer comments that you have sent in to us, because we listen to all of them. We really do.
Yeah.
We had several comments on our show concerning your advice to your kids. Sandy Layla Bennett said, I would say have integrity and be kind. Philip Charles Day said he would say, keep your faith and your word.
A true patriot.
Good advice.
Yeah. Rachel Wortham commented on our Veterans Day show on Monday by saying, thank you for the veteran salute. Well, you're welcome. That's the least we could do.
Absolutely.
I saw my dad's picture and it made me cry. He was a World War II soldier and passed away last year. Thank you for your memories and your salute.
And we salute you, sir.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Thank you for your sacrifice, sir.
Absolutely. Yeah. Mike Sayer saw our show on whether Americans would ever trust the elections again. He told us he may never vote again. What's the use, he says. The Democrats have all of these standby votes ready to put in place once they find out how many votes they need to win.
Yeah.
What is fair about that? I hope Trump does prove his point and the Supreme Court mandates automatic recounts in all of the contested states. It's just a damn shame this goes on.
You know, Mike, you need to keep the faith and don't stop voting, because without your vote to be recounted,
that's true,
it may not come to pass, you know? I mean, take it from somebody who hadn't voted since Richard Nixon until this election, so, and I gladly voted. Voted for the right guy this time, I think.
I am not a crook.
Oh, yeah. Infamous words. Perry Brown also commented on the same show by saying, all the voter fraud in this country has made me sick. Why is it so hard for people to vote honestly anymore?
Good question.
It sure gives us a good dose of where our country stands today and exactly where it's headed.
That's very true.
It's all about the New World Order.
That's what it sounds like. Yeah. Sherry Perkins ended our comments by saying she shared her favorite place to hang out when she was growing up with us. She said, for me, it was O'Malley's Burgers. Man, all the kids would hang out there most every weekend to eat, dance, and act the fool.
My kind of joint.
That last part
kind of sounds like the field office.
Winds it up for all of us, doesn't it?
I mean, it even sounds like a good burger joint. O'Malley's Burgers.
Yes, sir, let's go down to O'Malley's.
Eat a burger and drink a grog.
Yes, get us a pint or two.
And drink some green beer. Yeah, I love those kind of places. So many, you know, and she was referencing the show on Where'd You Hang Out When You Was a Kid that we did the other day.
Yeah,
so,
yeah. And that's what she was saying.
Fond memories, Sherry.
Very fond memories.
I've got a pine box full of them. Just not. I mean, there wouldn't be enough time on this show for just me to list all the hangout joints I used to go to.
It is the truth.
Yeah, I miss those days. Though.
Happy coming up on Monday, everybody. We're celebrating a milestone here on the Grandpa-N-Pappy show.
Triple digits.
It is our 100th episode of visiting with you every week.
Can you believe it, amigo?
100 shows.
100 shows.
I was just happy to be alive doing 100 shows.
Boy, Special K's getting old.
Woo, I'm telling you.
Hi.
Hi.
Our 100th show.
Yeah.
Hard to believe.
But
About
anyway,
9 months worth. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And we have seen you through most of the COVID scare, the politics, the elections, and we're still trying to see you through it. So
there's a whole lot of bantering going on.
Anyway, we'll do some reminiscing on Monday and have a little fun with it, and we hope you'll join us for that. In the meantime, if you have an idea or a suggestion like Marcia Reyes did today, it's very simple, folks. There's many ways you can get a hold of us. One is to go to our email site, like the one right over Pappy's shoulder, Grandpa-N-Pappy at gmail.com.
By God.
Or
you can go directly to our show website, our webpage, which can be found by typing in www.grandpa-and-pappy.com. That's Grandpa with the letter N, Pappy.com. Yeah. Yeah, just yank it out there and chunk it at them.
Yeah, okay.
Because, I mean, well, look at the big red button. I'm surprised to see that.
It just showed up again.
Nobody. Yeah, push that big red button once you get there and subscribe. You can leave comments on that. I mean, we're YouTube driven on our platform.
We certainly are.
And you can leave comments, remarks, complaints.
Anything.
Thumbs up, thumbs down.
Yeah. You can also get to our Facebook page,
That's right.
Instagram,
push your
Twitter.
little button.
You can make your comments on any of those.
Yeah.
Or you can go to the Grandpa-N-Pappy Facebook page.
Absolutely.
If you're not a member,
I can't,
just
but
send
you
us
can.
a friend request, and we will get you as part of our group, almost 2,000 strong, and you have a chance to make a suggestion or comment on the question of the day.
Or give us a show topic. We're always looking for fresh ideas to talk about. You know, and just like my amigo said,
Marsha, yeah.
you know, based on further comments and remarks. You know,
That's
I mean,
true.
the more comments and remarks we get, the more likely that is to get aired. So,
That is great.
But yeah, please do. If you've got anything on your mind you want to talk about, if it's worthwhile of discussing, shoot it to us. We'd love to hear from you.
Absolutely. So we
Still got T-shirts too, by God.
Yeah, and for those of you who have our T-shirts, please take a picture of yourself in them. Send them to us because we'd like to feature them on some of the future shows.
We'll show the whole world how you represent.
And if you would like
We
to
like
order
that.
one, we do have a few left.
Yeah.
Just get in touch with my amigo right there, and he will get it to you.
I'll save you shipping, and who knows what else might be in that box.
Yeah.
Old stinky tennis shoe or something, you know.
It's been fun today.
It has.
It really has.
It
we
has.
we appreciate all of you joining us today. It's always a lot of fun for us to
and
come
be-
into
and
your home.
Be sure and tune in Monday for that 100th show, because without you and your support, we'd have never made it to 2, let alone 100. So,
That's
and we
exactly
thank
correct.
you and love you guys for
We
that.
sure
so.
do. Until we see you back on Monday, we always tell you to hug your kids and let them know you love them.
Let them know we love them right here at Grandpa-N-Pappy Show too, by God.
Absolutely. So take care of yourself this weekend.
And
Try
one
to
another.
enjoy
Yep.
yourself, but be very, very careful.
Yeah. Have a great weekend, everybody.
And we'll see you back on Monday. Take care. Bye-bye.